Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Carmela over here at Chive Turkey. Today I am in the greenhouse again, very warm. I'm going to be repotting the tomatoes today. They are getting way too big for the little seedling tray, and it is time to transfer them into their bigger ones. So, pretty excited. I just counted, there's 36 of them. I was like, oh, there's not that many. It doesn't look like that many. Can you see this? I mean, they're definitely ready to get into a bigger home. But it doesn't look like 36 to me. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 36. So, what I did is I went ahead and I've been saving a lot of these from like years before. I'm glad that I did, because these come really in handy for when you're gonna go ahead and transfer these over into bigger pots. So that's what I'm gonna do today, and hope you all enjoy. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel and give some support. Also, if you all have any tips for me, this is my first year. Well, I've done this before, the seed starting, but it's just been a long time. I've just been going and buying them already ready to go. So this is my first year in a really long time starting from seed. So again, any type of tips, tricks, whatever y'all know, don't be afraid to leave a comment and yeah, share your tips. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. The potting mix that I'm using is just this kind of organic potting mix. I picked these up probably, I think I was at Walmart actually, and I was shopping around over in the department, you know, for gardening and stuff, because that's where you're going to find me at. That in the makeup section. And they had these bags marked down to like, I want to say like $4 a bag, and then when we scanned them, they were like $2. So we got a pretty good deal on that. And had I known they were going to be that cheap, I might have got some more. I do have 2 bags. I hope that'll be enough for what I'm doing. All 36 of these. I do have a little bit of a mold problem going. I didn't see it until I got, I don't know if y'all can see, until I got outdoors into like the natural light. I couldn't see this light green mold kind of growing on the top surface of the plants. Again, like I said, till I got outside in the natural light, because you know, indoors, I've kept these indoors just because it's really, the temperature out here fluctuates so much. So I think I'm going to try to scrape off a little bit of the mold, and I read that you can put cinnamon, which is like an antifungal, and it'll help, you know, alleviate some of the mold, hopefully. But they don't seem to be affected by it very much. Anyway, just gonna pull this little baby out. I went ahead and filled this up about, like halfway. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to make a little spot for this guy. Set him in there. And I heard that you can bury your tomatoes a little bit deeper than you can most other plants, because I guess all these little tiny, I don't know if you can see these little, it's almost like fur, those will actually turn into roots as well. And yeah, that looks pretty good. I'm just going to add some more soil onto the top of this, just like that. I'm just moving it all around, just making sure he's nice and snug in there. We don't want him blowing around, but yeah, they're getting a little, let me move them back this way a little bit more. There we go. They're getting a little too big for their britches, I should say, because they definitely needed a bigger place. Now I imagine that these are going to suffer a little bit of shock from the transplant, which I think is probably normal. Just like whenever we get moved somewhere. I don't know about y'all, but when I move somewhere, I have the hardest time. I have, ever since I was a little girl. I remember the first place we moved, I was probably about seven or 8. And we were moving into another house. And of course, my parents, we needed a bigger house. And so that's what we were doing. But man, I was just devastated. So sad. Hi, Milo. My orange kitty is in here saying hi. Hey, buddy. Y'all want to say hi to Milo? Milo. Here, Milo. Hey, buddy. This is Milo. We got him about 5-6 years ago. We were actually walking this one here, Lola. We were walking her one night, and it was kind of dark, and I was with my oldest daughter. We were going for a walk, and Lola just stopped dead in her tracks, and I was kind of yanking on her a little bit, like, come on, let's go, what's going on? And my daughter's like, Mom, she's got something in her mouth. And so I reached down, and I'm like trying to pull whatever it is that she's got in her mouth out, and it's an orange little tiny cat. Milo was like this big, and Lola was like, I got it, I'm not going anywhere, I got it. And I finally was able to get Milo out of her mouth, and I thought, oh my goodness, we can't just leave this, you know, poor little cat right here. So that one is done. It's packed in there pretty good. So we took him home, and I thought, well, I'll go around, I'll talk to the neighbors. I'm sure that somebody is missing their little kitten. Nobody was missing such kittens, so we have him. And this was literally right after the day we got our other cat, Lucy. So we got Lucy, and then the next day we got Milo. So we just got 2 cats in less than a day apart from each other. And there's some days that I'm just like, oh my goodness, I can't do it with all these animals. But we love them. These are kind of tricky to get out of here. I'm just kind of like pushing up on the bottom a little bit. I don't want to disturb the root system too much. But check that out, guys. Isn't that cool? I mean, I started these, oh, maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. I don't know. But look at the root system. That is just cool looking. And these ones, what kind is? These are the beefsteak tomato. So again, just gonna place them gently in there. Actually, I need to take some more of that dirt out. There we go. Just kind of dump them around there. Hang on, buddy. We're getting you a new home. Yes, I talk to my plants. I am one of those crazies. I like to talk to my plants. I like to hum and sing to them. And maybe, I think I heard somewhere that there is some science that supports that it helps your plants. I don't know if that's true, but it brings me peace. And maybe it brings these little plants that we got around us some peace too. Yeah, there we go. These are looking fantastic. Gonna have to keep an eye on these because they're gonna be a little shocked. Speaking of shocked, I don't know if y'all can see the duct tape that's behind me. Man, we had the craziest wind the other day. I made another video. I don't know if I'm gonna post it. It was about the wind that we had, and it knocked over we have some benches out here. It completely knocked over, like, solid wood benches. Like, the wind was nuts. In fact, I was on my way home from work that day, and it had completely blown off a semi. Like, it was on its side. I hope everybody was okay. That's no bueno. Anyway. Alright. Got another one down. That's 2. I've only got 34 left to go. So just bear with me. This one, yeah, I think I'm gonna try to scrape a little. This one had a little bit of mold on the top of it. I'm just gonna try to scrape them off. And then I'm gonna sprinkle some of that cinnamon on the top of this one. Here it is. Just a little dusty. Maybe that'll help him out. What do you think, little guy? Talking to the plants, talking to my pets. We lost Milo one time. He was still a pretty little kitten. We let him out. We let all of our animals out. I don't like, at first, I didn't like letting them out because we live on a very busy street. We're on 8th Street, and that is a very busy place. It's kind of like an emergency route too, so we get a lot of emergency vehicles, fire, that sort of thing, and I was just really hesitant on letting the kittens out when they were smaller just because of the risk of them getting ran over. And Milo, it isn't necessarily the most graceful creature. And but yeah, he had gotten out, and I was just kind of hanging out in the garden, and then next thing I know, we cannot find him. He is gone. And we looked all over the place. We went up and down, up and down. Could not find him. And then I even posted like on, like Facebook, like, help, I can't find our cat. And I posted a picture of his goofy face. And that one had a little bit of mold on there too, so just gonna. And this might be, there's some in there. Anyway, we couldn't find that. We couldn't find that cat for nothing. So I went out to the garden, and I was just out pulling some weeds and kind of just doing my thing. And there was a little bird that was perched up on the wire right above me, and that bird was like just chirping away, chirp, 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 chirp. And I was like, oh, the bird's talking to me. So I start chirping back at it because I'm a crazy person, like I said. So I'm sitting there whistling at a bird. And then as I'm looking up at this bird, I just see orange. I can just see a ball of orange in the tree right next to where that bird was at. And there was Milo, our dum-dum. We have a big Rottweiler. The neighbors have a big Rottweiler. And she is not very nice. Let's just say that. Very territorial. And he had jumped the wrong fence, and that Rottweiler had taken a nice little chunk of his backside, and he scurried up that tree and stayed up there all day. And it was summertime. I was so disheartened. I called Ty. I said, Ty, our cat's in the tree. And he wouldn't come. He wouldn't move. We thought he was dead. We really did. And Ty got a ladder and went up there, and he was up there. He was okay. He was just a little shook. Okay, and as you can see here, these are all of the tomatoes in their new homes. Those are the tomatillos, and those are the jalapenos. I've got to repot those pretty soon. But yeah, this is all the finished product, and thank y'all for watching. Until next time, bye!